Hello, beautiful souls. Merry Christmas. You know, I wrote on the community page, I wrote a message this morning and I said, Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. And somebody posted Merry Christmas to all. And I thought, right, Merry Christmas to all, because even if you don't, quote unquote, celebrate this holiday, let it be a representation of love, of connection, of divinity, and of pure source and light energy. So Merry Christmas to all. I was overwhelmed by the flowing in of support that I received yesterday, and it was likely one of the most challenging days on my entire journey. So I've been on the journey with my physical counterpart for a little under 2 years. And I've been on this sacred journey of awakening since I was 21. And so 2021. So for about 20 years. And really, I've been on this journey since birth. As I'm sure most of you can relate to feeling like an alien and feeling out of place on this earth. So it's been a long journey. And yesterday was a challenge in so many ways for me to be that warrior that I know myself to be, that you know me to be, and to get back up. But I don't think I could have done it without the support of my tribe and all of my incredible, amazing divine masculines and divine feminines on this channel. The divine masculines showed up to support as well, which was really beautiful. So I'm probably not going to show my face today. I'm just really taking it easy, and yet I did want to deliver a message to you guys on this Christmas day. I took yesterday completely off, which was so necessary to revitalize. But I send you guys so much love. I read every single message from both of those posts, and you never quite know what you're going to get when you are vulnerable with a community. But I trusted you guys in posting that vulnerable photo of myself in tears. And I've never done anything like that before. And if I have done it on social media in the past for my family and friends, I would take it down and delete it. And I said, I'm not doing that this time. This was a real raw moment and it was captured. And I wanted you guys to see and to know that I go through it too. We are all special. We are all unique. And yet we are all so bonded on this journey, and everyone had their own unique things to say to me, their own unique wisdom and guidance, and I took it all in. I took all of it in. There was not one single negative comment, which blew me away. And I just love you guys so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to be this channel, on this channel, to be a channeler of divine light, source energy, and unconditional love. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the reading. I have the Starseed Oracle that I'm going to use. I have the Queen of the Moon Oracle that I've chosen today. And I have chosen the Angel Guide Oracle. Guys, 1 second. We have a cold Christmas here for the first time in 21 years, I think, like a legitimately cold Christmas. It's going to be in the 40s here. So the house is open again. It's really, really exciting and amazing. So I'm grateful for that as well. They do want me, they're really like a burning desire for me to pull a message from the secret language of animals. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to actually start this reading with a message from the secret language of animals. Archangel Michael, thank you for your loving presence and divine protection in creating a sphere of protection and love and guidance and clarity around this reading, myself and everyone watching. I call in my guides, my spirit team, my incredible Syrian guides who bring the joy and the lightness and the freedom and the laughter that's also needed and necessary right now during this holiday season, as I know people are struggling for different reasons. We thank you for your guidance and your light. my highest self for being able to show up regardless of what's going on in the 3D. And I ask that I be a pure vessel of light and love for this reading and for the divine connections that I read for. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Aho. So we have caribou for you, divine feminine. Perseverance, resourcefulness, movement, determination. Anytime I see antlers on an animal spirit card, my first thought is always the antlers reaching up towards the sky. So you might think air element. And when I think of air element, I think of strengthening the mind. I also think of the connection to the divine. So on a more spiritual note, I think of being able to be connected to those higher realms. And in being connected to those higher realms, getting the answers, receiving answers and guidance and clarity from your soul versus from your mind. And I think this is really important at this time that feminines and masculines, watching my beloved masculines who have been so brave in coming forward and sharing and spreading their light recently. I'm so proud of you guys. I know that takes a lot of courage, more so than the divine. See, I'm getting, my throat chakra is getting stuck when I speak of our beloved divine masculines. I know it takes a lot of courage to speak up and speak your truth. And so I just want you to know that we honor you so, so very much on this channel. I'm a little emotional today. And so I have a lot of divine masculine energy within myself. So I really, really, I adore the divine masculine energy so much because I can relate to it so much, as I know a lot of divine feminines can. I've been in divine masculine energy most of my life, but I am a divine feminine, and that's something that I've had to come to terms with. And it's like, oh, I am a feminine. You know, I can soften. I can radiate, more openness and more freedom, and I don't have to be so stern, right? Or so rational. So that's just something I wanted to share with you guys, that I so enjoy the divine masculine energy, and that's why I'm so adamant that this be a safe space and haven for the divine masculines. Okay, so when I think of caribou, I just think of gentleness. It's sort of like the deer energy. I think of this gentle nature, this gentle creature. And caribou's reindeer. I just realized, wait a minute, is that right? Caribou is reindeer. I think so. I think caribou is reindeer. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if they're two different animals. But if not, they're definitely related. So here we have this magical Christmas animal on Christmas. And what a beautiful message to receive. So, the caribou are very much connected to the sacredness of the ground that they walk on. And it really, to me, speaks of honoring all seasons. You can see this sort of circular nature here. If you look at this, you see sort of the circle, the world continues to spin, but caribou honors all of the seasons of our lives. And this is so prominent, I think, in everyone's mind today, is what we're going through and there's always this energy on Christmas of we're supposed to be happy and it's supposed to be joyful. But for many people, there's somebody missing at that dinner table, or many of you are alone. Many of you are spending it alone, maybe with your animals, or just in silence and in reverie and in appreciation, and gratefulness and gratitude for this year. But many are also feeling very sad, very heavy. This time of year, it's a very interesting experience as you get older, that you've experienced things, you've experienced great losses, and so it can often feel as though the world feels really heavy, and life can feel really heavy around this time of year. So I just want to wrap my arms around anyone who's struggling and anyone who's feeling even just a semblance of what I felt yesterday. It was very, very heavy, and yet I am grateful for the experience to continue to evolve and continue to really seed the light and bring the light forth. So there's this connection to all that have come before when you see caribou. You see caribou as, or I see caribou as, it's this time of reflection. Like there's a time, you remember For everything, turn, 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 there is a season, that song. And so it's this idea of there's a time to be quiet, there's a time to be gentle, there's a time to be fierce, there's a time to be strong, there's a time to be protective, there's a time to be open, there's a time to be angry, there's a time to be joyful, there's a time to be expansive, there's a time to go within. And so I think honoring the richness, of life that's found in the balance of all of those things, it's found in the duality, it's not found in judgment or the harshness of this is how it should be. It's really found in divine feminine and energies, and this is for the divine masculines watching too, your inner divine feminine energies. The message here is really about accepting all parts of you, accepting all chapters and all parts of your life and everything that you're going through. You are so seen, you are so loved, you are so honored. Your path is very honored and very protected. Let's get a card for our divine masculines. Oh, wow. Divine masculines. Wow. Divine masculines really stepping up on Christmas. Not that they haven't been, because they have in so many ways. But look at this. I mean, I see a major, major resurrection from a very dark night of the soul that many masculines have been experiencing for the majority of 2020. We have Falcon, focus, action, purpose, aspiration. Falcon's also a very trainable bird, a very intelligent bird, a very knowledgeable being, knowledgeable of all of their surroundings. Okay, the ability, and I don't mean this, the divine masculines can be trained. It's about the divine masculine training their ego, taming their ego. That's what I feel intuitively. And then we have elephant, honor, empathy, responsibility, cooperation, the greatest land mammal, the leader of the land mammals, the absolute king of the jungle, the true king of the jungle. Sorry, lion. We love you too, lions. We love our big cats. But the elephant, the masculine energy stepping into this place of being able to be more compassionate, being able to honor that feminine side and feminine aspect, feminine energies within him or her. And honor is so important, because I know a lot of feminine stepped back from the masculine in the physical. Okay, this is talking about your physical counterpart, for not feeling as though you were being honored or respected, because a lot of feminines felt like they weren't chosen in that dynamic, in that triangle situation of whatever that triangle aspect was for your connection. So I think this is really huge. Divine masculines, cooperation, wanting to work together with their inner feminine and masculine sides, wanting to balance, rebalancing, the integration of the feminine is taking place right now in the masculines. Wanting to actually take on more responsibility, owning that responsibility. So incredible, masculines. I am so proud of you. And sometimes saying that feels condescending. I'm so proud of you. Like I'm a mother and you're my child. It's not that. It's like I honor that energy within myself so much. And I honor you. That's what I want to say. I honor you, honoring yourself and honoring your true path, being very, very honest with yourself and what it is that you came here to do. That is so powerful. That is so strong. And then Falcon energy here, taking, focus, bringing things into focus. Whereas things weren't very clear for you before, divine masculine, things are starting to become more and more clear. I'm seeing, they're giving me the word effervescence, which I believe means everywhere, like effervescent everywhere. But I also see this bubbling over of energy of really, really wanting to take action now after you've gained this focus and brought everything into clarity. Having, honoring your purpose, your divine mission, your divine purpose with this, this incredible laser sharp vision, this incredible laser sharp focus, aspiring to do more, to be more. There's a freedom here, okay, divine masculine, there's a freedom in getting out of your own way. Let's go ahead. This is beautiful. I'm so glad I pulled these cards. Let's go ahead and check in with the union energy. Wow. Koala, calm, perspective, imagination, ease. What a beautiful, soft energy for this Christmas. We also, in 44, Look at that, 44. We also own 33 and 44. So some numbers to watch out for, guys. 333, 444, any numbers, any sequences that have 33 and 44. But I love this too, because this is such a gentleness. Koalas are so gentle. Koalas eat the eucalyptus leaves, right? They're vegetarians. They don't want to do any harm to any other being. They are able to really step back. So I love actually koala and falcon together, because especially for the masculine energy inside of us and the external masculine is the ability to have this focus, but to be calm about it, to gain that perspective, but also to dig deep and use your imagination and not be so like stringent, strict, or rigid in the way that you're thinking, the way that you're viewing things. So being able to expand a little bit, and there's just such a childlike energy, I feel, with koala, such an ease, such a gracefulness. They actually are very graceful and very sweet energy. So that's coming through as really just the softening of the energies, especially, you know, even if you've been like angry or you've held resentment towards your twin or towards what happened. I feel like this is sort of falling away, at least for Christmas, guys. And that's allowing the twins to really feel each other again in a more loving manner, even if it's just in the 5D. So gecko, I happen to love lizards. We have a lot where I live, and I just think there's so many different varieties. There's oh my gosh, anoles, there's geckos, there's different, you know, lizards. We have these huge, there's dragon lizards, and then we have these huge, incredible lizards here that have been brought from Cuba, which are not supposed to be here, and yet they're here, and they're amazing and they're beautiful, but they unfortunately have really taken over, these big, beautiful lizards and these iguanas actually, but unfortunately a lot of them don't live because they get run over, which is really sad. But they're so beautiful. They're huge. They're really incredible to see. And I wish we could preserve them, you know, more. I wish we could take care of them more, as all animals. So there's this energy of synchronicity coming in. There's definitely the signs, the synchronicities. And I feel this is for both of you, but more the feminine aspect of both of you. I do see an infinity symbol here. I've never noticed that before, but the infinity symbol, and I'm also being drawn to the webbed feet and the butterfly. So transformation, the ability to really look at, I mean, he's definitely steadfast on his path. He's looking behind him like he's aware of predators. So twin flames right now being aware of anyone that's trying to really intercept in their union, because those energies, I'm not going to speak a lot about that. I'm not going to give it any energy. But it's definitely out there. And so holding fast to your union, you know, saying, this is my path. I'm not letting go. Like this, I'm not letting go of you. I'm not letting go of this union. Somebody out there needs to hear that, including my own heart. You know, anyone who's experienced any doubts, which is all of us, 100% of us at one time or another, or many times on the journey. So there's definitely a, this is my path. It's not a clinging energy. It's a sure, it's a steadfast, it's a sure energy, optimism, right? Truth being brought in. And what I love about truth is we have honor for the divine masculines and truth for the union energy. So honor and just a beautiful energy. And then for the feminine energy, remember we had this energy of persevering, you know, beyond doubt, beyond fears, faith over fear, love over fear, and then resourcefulness. So using what's available, movement, action, movement. Look, both twins got movement. So movement for the feminines, action for the masculines. So the feminines may be spurring some movement in this connection, but the masculine energy is the one that's going to be actually taking action, that needs to take action at this time. Not because it's owed, not because we're not playing that game. It's not you owe me. It's just because that's what needs to happen to balance out the energies inside of the connection. So, and then mobility for union. So in the feminine, masculine, and union energies, we see movement of some sort, which is beautiful. These geckos move really fast, guys. They're really incredible. And so look out for the signs and synchronicities, especially, excuse me, Spirit is telling me especially the infinity symbol, the number 8, and geckos or lizards, any sort of lizards, even if it's just somebody. I have a feeling someone out there is going to say, somebody sent me a picture and it was a gecko or it was a lizard. And I thought, how strange. Well, that's going to be your sign that this is a sign from the universe. Okay. A sign about things becoming calmer within your union and gaining a new perspective. It's going to get easier from here on out, twins. I really feel that. I really do. So let's tap in with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. What beautiful energies, though. I'm so glad I was guided and I listened to the guidance of opening up that deck. It's such a unique deck because there's a lot of animals in here that you won't see in other decks, and the illustrations, I think, are just beautiful. There's a lot of energies wanting to come forth from this deck. Well, the thing that's really that I'm being drawn to is the unexpected and realization, the portal, the keyhole. It's like I finally have found the key to my heart's desires. I finally realized what it is that I need to do. And that's about, action, focus, bringing it into focus, things being brought into focus. Whereas this might have been blurry before, it's become, and look, 43 and 3. So 4s and 3s, very significant. Look, 4, 3. Sorry, that's the 2 plus 1 is 3. That's what I was trying to say. I can count. But it's this energy of expecting the unexpected. This is definitely a new earth. This is definitely the age of Aquarius. And this is, the divine feminine energy, just leaning on each other, leaning on, like yesterday, the feminine energy, of the divine masculines came out to nurture me as well and to really love and support me. And, everyone really just came together. And I feel like that's also the energy here of the elephant, the energy of the tribe coming together for the sake, they come together for the young, right? You see a tribe of elephants, and if there's ever an elephant, a mother in danger, then the whole tribe comes together for the sake of the child and the mother. So definitely some softer energies coming through, which I really love seeing, guys. No fear coming through, just, we shouldn't cancel, clear, delete that word. Just a lot of clarity coming through, and expecting the unexpected as to what comes next. And I think this is important that we don't hold on to this idea of it has to be a certain way, but just it's going to come in. This next chapter is going to open in a way that you may not expect. I feel like a lot of windfalls of abundance are going to come in for a lot of you. And that, that could be money, of course, but that could also be energetically. That could be in terms of ideas or projects or innovations. That could be in terms of, could definitely be in terms of the physical aspect of your connection really starting to ramp up again for some of you. We do have beginnings here. So it's like there's a realization that is happening on both partners. This is not just the masculine, the feminine as well needed to realize something to open up that door. The key was held actually in the feminine's hand is what I'm being told. And that may be, that realization right there may be kind of mind-blowing. But yeah, the feminine, you held the key. Even though you thought it was the masculine, you were the one potentially holding the grudge or holding on to the fear, holding on to the it's like the feminine was the one. You may have projected it like the masculine was the one to blame, or the masculine was the one who let go, but it was actually the feminine. So feminine's coming to this realization of how the masculine may have felt throughout this process when things kind of fell apart, and just bringing in more love, more admiration for the masculine, and more understanding. And this is going to lead, look, two portal ways here. This is going to lead to new beginnings. And it's blank because it's a blank slate that you get to paint, that you get to create, feminine. Beautiful. Expect the unexpected. Resiliency. And I do always see this as the 10 of Wands card. It's carrying a burden that's not yours, that you no longer need to carry on your own. So it's both twins opening up and saying, I don't want to carry the burden of this journey. I don't want to carry the burden of this mission, of this love on my own anymore. I want to do it with you. So I'm going to clarify that in a moment, but we do have the supermoon, another 44, like 43, 33, 44, 44, 43, 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, 14. I mean, lots of 3s and lots of 4s. Attraction. And I believe 444 is your angels are with you. Your angels, you're on the right path, keep going. And I can't recall what 333 is. So attracting, the supermoon, attraction, a magnetism. This is also manifestation abilities and powers being highlighted here. The ability to create this new beginning. the ability to bring yourself to this place of deeper realization. I feel meditation is called for a lot of you today. Just sitting in quietness and silence and really gratitude for all that's come before you. Resiliency for sure. Let's clarify that resiliency card. I was going to make a very healthy version, a gluten-free, vegan, and healthy version, but a tasty version of, what the heck was it? It would have been coconut cream, pumpkin whoopies, cookies, and I realized I didn't have mesquite powder, and you can't really buy mesquite powder and anywhere, and plus nothing's open today, so upset at myself. So I won't be making anything today. I guess I'll have to do it for New Year's. And I bought all the flowers, all the ingredients, and then realized I have everything but 3 different items. So 3 different things that I forgot. So let's clarify the resiliency card. Okay. Interesting. Ace of Wands. And we have the 6 of Pentacles. So this is the earthly realm, the 3D, and this is the 5D. So I really love the balance that's being brought in here. Thank you, Spirit. So resiliency, meaning if you've been feeling sort of deflated when it comes to your money or abundance, that's about to change, is what I'm hearing, feminine. That's about to change. That's about to shift, because you're going to be bringing more abundant, and an abundant mindset is going to be brought to you. And this is in regards to your passions, to your inner magic, to your ability to be that alchemist, to create, to change, to really manifest and attract in what it is that you desire. Very much leading to these new beginnings in your life. And take this as it comes. Take this as it, works for you, as it makes sense for you. But that inner passion, that inner fire is really burning at this time. Some of you will be feeling heat. So you may be feeling heat in lower, different parts of your body. I'm lower back, belly, as well as head for some. It might actually show up in the form of a headache or a fever for some. And I feel like that's going to be this excess spiritual energy that's trying to come up and brim to the surface, that really wants to be realized. Something wants to come full circle, but you're also being very protected by Spirit at this time. A 1 indicates new beginnings, a fresh start, a fresh perspective, and leaving the past behind. So that's really beautiful. So leaving all of these burdens behind. So since we have this deck out, let's go ahead and find out. Spirit, tell me more about what is going on with the masculines on Christmas Day. Let's get a little just glimpse. What's going on with the masculine energy on Christmas Day? Okay, that's about 500 cards. They are full of energy. I really feel, guys, like the masculine energy really wants to say something and really wants to talk. I really feel that. I'm seeing heart chakra. I'm seeing the strength card. I had a lot of cards, like all these cards came out. So let's take the ones that came out upright. Okay. So what I see is there is an opening here of the heart chakra today. And I felt that. I really felt that, guys, with this elephant energy and the koala energy for the masculines. I felt this gentleness coming through that is really wanting to be seen, really wanting to be acknowledged on Christmas Day. The masculine energy saying, I want to soften, okay? They want to release this notion of control that they have, because for a lot of you, the masculines were trying to control their feelings, were trying to control how they felt, and in turn, were trying to control the connection. And it was really coming from a place of fear. It was actually coming from a greater place of the fear of losing you, of losing the feminine. So they felt like if they could, just continually have control, if they could control the communication, the level of communication, the quantity of the communication, sometimes even the quality of the communication, then they felt like they were somehow winning and that they were somehow ahead, not ahead of you, but that they, if you were to, let's say, flip a switch and try to leave them, which a lot of the feminines inevitably did, that's the irony of the situation, guys, is the feminines inevitably walked away because of the control factor, because they felt like they weren't getting their needs met, because they felt like the masculine wasn't really showing their cards, wasn't really opening their heart and being this gentle warrior, but that he was being that stern emperor. Because, like, I'll show you, let me show you the Emperor card in this deck, because that's how I feel like what was happening in these connections that caused the feminine to really walk away was they couldn't break through the wall of this Emperor. And there was definitely, for a lot of these connections, yeah, here we go, authority. There was definitely this energy of the masculine had a big emotional wall up and like was acting out of emotional immaturity because there may have been a lack of care in their childhood from a mother figure, and so, or a father figure. And so the masculine felt, look, I mean, he's protecting his heart. There's no vulnerability here. And you notice the strength. Look, power. Would you rather have power or authority? I would rather have power any day, because there's a gentle compassion. You can even see it in the lion's eyes. There's a compassionate energy here, and there's an energy of understanding. So would you trust this guy or would you trust this guy? I don't trust this guy because he's not showing me his cards. I trust this guy. And so the masculines were in this energy, and the feminines felt like, okay, I have no choice but to walk away and sort of close off my heart temporarily, right? Or try to just not close off my heart, but to protect my heart, because I don't trust this person. I don't trust this energy. It felt shady for the feminines. It felt like they felt insecure in the connection. And it's like the masculine could never be pinned down. You couldn't pin down a time. You couldn't pin down an agreement. You couldn't pin down a meetup. You couldn't pin anything down. And a lot of these masculines also put building their empire in front of love. And I do feel like that's the shift now. That's the change, is that the masculines are realizing true power doesn't come from money or things or objects or anything like that. True power comes from opening your heart and being vulnerable. And I definitely, I mean, my inner masculine yesterday was so happy and so elated to be able to open up and share. And I felt like this is what I was exuding, was this gentle power. This is my power. My vulnerability is my strength. It's not my weakness. And that's the message that my inner masculine wanted to send, because my inner masculine's been, I recognize so much of myself in my twin. I recognize so much of myself in this energy, and so much of, it's crazy. And you will start, the deeper you go down the rabbit hole in this journey, the more you'll realize that your twin really is you, and that you embody the same energy. And that's how you're able to heal, is you're able to look and say, wow, I recognize that in myself. So I want to be more of this and less of this, because this doesn't get me, this does not bring happiness. It might bring money and success, but not really, because true success, true abundance, look, he's alone. This is a warrior who, yeah, he may look a little tired, he may look a little exhausted, but he's fought the good fight and he's full of light. To me, there's an energy here of just, I'm alone, I'm solo, nobody can touch me, you can't come into this like fortress that I have around my heart. This is my castle, nobody's allowed in. I've earned this, and it's just very cold. And so there's a warming up of the heart chakra of the masculines that is going to allow for a deeper realization here, a deeper connection to their own struggles that made them into this sort of cold individual, this emotionally closed off person. They don't like being that way anymore, because they realize that, you know, in pushing the feminine away, they're pushing away a part of themselves. It's like they're trying to kill off a part of themselves. And that hurts when you do that. That's why it hurts when you cut off your 20s, you're cutting off a part of yourself. We also see obstacles and challenges. So there have been obstacles and challenges, right? to the heart, right? To getting the masculine's heart to open or to stay open. So many of us got glimpses of it, and then it's like it would go away the next day, or there would be another obstacle or challenge to overcome in regards to, and this is the Five of Wands again. So a lot of times I see this as inner conflict, leading to this sort of closed off heart. I definitely feel that. And so the masculines in this Christmas season, in this holiday season, are really going to be working on opening their hearts to it's like opening their hearts to themselves is what I'm hearing. Let's see. Oh, please stay. And in opening their hearts to themselves, you're feminine, you're going to experience that inner shift with your masculine energy as well. What's going on? This is the Work Your Light Oracle. So tell me more, Spirit, about the masculines. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and Soul Tribe. I've been feeling this for a while, really for the last maybe 6 months, that the masculine energy, the divine masculines, as they wake up, they're going to want to find each other like the feminine sense. So there's going to be like this antenna that is going to be like an intuitive guide, an intuitive hit for the masculines to find each other, realizing that there are others like them and that they're not alone on this journey. They're not crazy. And remember how waking up felt for you, feminine. You felt crazy. You felt like the insane one in a sane world, when really you're the sane one in an insane world. And that's what the masculines are. They're coming to this realization, okay, about that. So yeah, this realization about, wait a second, I'm actually here for the great awakening. I'm here for the great gathering of souls. I'm here. I have a tribe. I have a people. And it doesn't have to be the people that I'm related to, okay, or the person that I'm living with. Because when they chose those soul connections, guys, they chose them from a lower vibrational place. They chose them from a place of fear. They chose them from a place of codependency. They chose them from a place of less than, of feeling like they weren't enough. Those connections are, this is why the severing is happening, the great severing, the breaking of these contracts, the severing of these contracts, making them null and void. Because the masculine, as they rise into a new energy, there's no way that that connection can survive. There's no way that person's going to be able to meet them where they're at. And that's where the masculine realizes that the only person who's ever really been able to meet them where they're at is the feminine. That's the only person they've ever been able to be honest with, been truthful with, and truly, truly been able to be authentic with. You're the only person they've ever truly opened up to, feminine. At least in a romantic aspect, with a romantic partner. They may have opened up to friends in the past, but probably not as deeply as they ever opened up to you. Star Seed, what lights you up? Masculines. You are a part of something greater than yourself. You are a part of that greatness as well. But there is something, you're searching for that. You're really, really searching for that at this time. And there's going to feel like an expansiveness in your mind and in your world. This is turning into very much so a divine masculine reading, but that's okay, because I wanted to honor the masculine energy as well. And so you truly are in this place of awe and inspiration and a devotion to discovery. Devotion to discovery. What really truly lights you up? I do feel like the masculines have had to spend a lot of time in solitude and silence, but then you see this movement from solitude and silence to being able to convene with others. And I feel like you're going to start finding your tribe, masculines. It's going to be more and more of the masculine energy going, wait a minute, I'm not alone. Wait a minute, I can talk to this person. And they're gonna talk about the same things. Oh, I've been in separation. I met this incredible person, it was like the worst timing, but the most incredible thing that ever happened to me. And then all of this happened, and I had all these tower moments, or however they're gonna describe it. They're probably not gonna say tower moments. And then the masculine's gonna go, oh my God, this is my path. Okay, so I definitely feel like masculines, you are truly, truly awake. So let's get a card for how the masculines are feeling about the feminines. Oh, guys, I knew that was going to come up. 2 of Cups. They want this union. They crave this union. Look. 2 of Cups and the 4. Is this the 4? Yes, 4 of Pentacles. Firm foundation. Creating something lasting. This is about climbing that mountain to get to you, to get to the union, realizing that this has not been easy. They're not turning their back on you, feminine, but they did have to conquer this mountain. They had to conquer it themselves. They had to conquer it on their own, and it made them stronger. It made them very strong. And this is what's led to this. They had to create a firm foundation within themselves. They have to be steady within themselves. If they're wobbly, that's why they haven't come forward. They're wobbly still. But if you feel them, or they're starting to come forward in the 5D or the 4D or the 3D, if you're on that path, this is leading towards this union. But they have to first find themselves. They have not turned your back. They want you to know that they have not turned their back on you. It's looked like that, I know, and it's felt like that. But they're doing what they have to do. They're just doing what they have to do. And they're trying to do it as quickly as possible, but they want to make sure they don't skip any steps, because they know that this is the ultimate union. And they know that they can't come to you empty-handed. And they also know that they can't come to you unless they've truly done the inner work, and unless they're truly ready to give you that higher level of commitment, that unless they're truly ready to honor you and your time and this connection, which they weren't able to before. That's really beautiful. What a beautiful message. Thank you, masculines. Now let's see if we have, just to wrap up the reading, my loves, let's see if we have from the Angel Guide Oracle. Let's see, what messages do you have for the feminines? Hey, Chi-Chi. Hi. You don't come up in the readings lately. Everybody misses you, Charlie Cheeks. Where's my Cheech? You like the cold weather? Mommy does. Okay, so let's see. Aww. So we've got 4 cards that came up, and I'm interesting. There's a no card. Let's see. But then we have, I'm going to put that aside for a minute. Courage and bravery is required. Yes, we know this. Courage and bravery. I feel like this is saying it takes courage and bravery to expect miracles, right? It takes an openness. It takes a level of trust and faith and vulnerability to be able to just allow yourself to go to that place where you expect miracles without. It's like expecting miracles, but not having expectations of how. And just trusting it's going to show up, but not knowing how or when. And it's dropping that perceived illusion of control and just, I know it's going to happen. And then harmony and resolution. So the expectation also of, and not the expectation, but the faith that there will be a harmonious resolution in your life, that all things will be brought to light. Let me just tune into this no card. Let me see. Spirit, let's go back to this tarot deck. Let's see. Tell me about this no card for the feminines. Solar plexus, personal worth. Personal worth. I feel like the divine is saying it's a no, like no access, no entry, until like once, okay, let me rephrase this. Once you fully know that you're worthy and deserving of this love and of this connection and of this divine protection, that is when the gateway, that is when, because we have portals open here. So I'm kind of surprised to see a no. I'm a little bit thrown off, to be honest, but I feel like they're saying that is when these new beginnings will manifest. But until then, there's just this, it's like this energy of letting go, but it's not really letting go. And this is what I'm learning on this journey. You can't let go of a part of yourself. So it's more of surrender to the process, honor the process. And let's see, I'm going to look at, what does the book say for this? No, because I am a little thrown off by this, especially the coherence of the rest of the reading here. The answer to the question in your mind is no. This is not the time to proceed. You may want to, but you're being encouraged to see beyond the current situation and understand the following through on your ideas may have a negative effect on the whole course of your life. Angels are swooping in because they want to save the day and save you a lot of heartache from a choice that is not heart-centered. Okay, so I get it. So perfect. Thank you, angels. So what they're saying is, this is, I feel, maybe for those of you who are wanting to reach out, if, especially on Christmas, you might have that pull. If that's the case, where is it coming from? Is it coming from a place of ego? Is it coming from a place of feeling like you're not enough and feeling like you're not whole and complete on your own? Because if it's coming from that place, really checking the ego and checking yourself, they're saying if it's not heart-centered, and if there are any expectations at all, like if you're expecting a miracle, perhaps just maybe hold back. Maybe that miracle will happen, but the angels don't want you to get hurt, especially on Christmas. So I really truly think, guys, at this time, it's better to let the masculines come forward. I really do. It's better to let them come forward. They're in this Falcon energy and they're really inspired to greatness at this time, okay? And they're really feeling themselves. They're really honoring themselves at this time in this journey. Look, focus, action, purpose, aspiration. It's really time to let them come forward. I just don't feel like it's the divine feminine's journey right now to go reaching for the divine masculine. Anything more about the no card, Spirit? Right, be in your Empress power, feminines. Be in your Empress power. Be in your, look, receiving. I receive. I surrender, I receive. There's a lot of power in receiving. There's a lot of power in surrendering. And that's something that really clicked for me yesterday. There's power in vulnerability. There's strength and power in surrendering and focusing on the now moment, focusing on the present moment, focusing on what can I surrender to God? What can I surrender to the divine? What can I surrender to? What can I surrender, period? What can I release? What can I, like, what beliefs or expectations can I release about this journey, about this connection, about this person, about how and when? Focus on the why. Focus on why you're here, why you chose this journey, the higher purpose, the higher mission leading you to your highest timeline. Okay. Any other messages, Spirit, that wish to come through at this time? One more message here from the Work Your Light Oracle. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is probably one of the longest videos I've ever done, but it feels very flowing. Okay, that's not one message, that's 4. The projection, the mirror, who or what is triggering you. So messages of both twins, heavily mirroring one another at this time, especially I'm hearing for those of you who are in communication this Christmas. There may be a lot of triggering going on, so be mindful if it's not coming from a heart-centered place. Maybe don't send that message back. Maybe don't lash out. Stay in your Empress power. Stay in your feminine energy, your feminine power. We also have, oh wow, Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. The Pleiadians coming through to assist. Beautiful. Thank you, Pleiadians. Coming through, reminding twins of your double mission. You're a light worker. You're a twin flame. You're here to channel. Okay. You guys are channelists. So many of you are, all of you are incredibly talented, incredibly gifted. Your words carry magic. Your words carry purity and truth. I felt it when I was reading your comments yesterday. uplifting humanity. Look, the rising, the lifting up of humanity. Look, this person's being lifted up by these. As you rise, as you allow yourself to shine in your own unique energy and power, you allow others to do so as well. You give them permission. You give others permission to rise when you rise. That's the beauty of it. Unbound and the initiation. There's a rite of passage, another portal, 3 portals in this reading. We're definitely in a portal right now. We're definitely in a place where we can move from this. We can move from the energy where we felt like we couldn't find the light, we couldn't find the flashlight, and then we're gonna see it being turned on here. It's like the God light is being turned on within us. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. And when you cross that threshold, you can't go back. But first, you have to unbound from these soul patterns. This is happening right now, guys. There's a freeing energy. You see the 2 cards here of flight, taking flight, freedom. This is the unbounding of the soul. This is the masculines realizing I'm here for something greater. This is the feminines. I feel like that's the masculine, that's the feminines. But look, there's a masculine there higher than the feminines. It's not about one being in front of the other, or one, oh, we're ahead of them. No, that is incorrect. I do not. If you're watching those readings, I suggest you stop watching those readings where the masculine's being bashed in any way, or the masculine's being put down, or you're being told that the masculine's behind the feminine. The masculine's doing their work on a different plane, in a different way. And holding it down in the physical, which needs to be done, because the feminine's been sort of up here, and the feminine's been a little flighty, and the feminine's had to do the work in the 5D. She needed the masculine energy to hold her down, to bring her back down to earth. Both require the other. So this rite of passage, but first, what we need is we need to release from any karmic contracts that's happening right now, especially Christmas. I just felt that in my heart. Ooh, I felt that in my solar plexus and my heart chakra big time as I said that. So the releasing, the unbinding, the cutting of the cords, also past life healing, just past life releasing, being able, look at how light and free this energy is in this card, because you're releasing. You know that you don't have to continue that same thought pattern, that same program. You don't have to play out your parents' life in your life. You don't have to play out society's expectations. You can release and surrender yourself. So a lot of twins stepping out of these soul contracts right now, meaning divorces, stepping out, and a lot of them are going to involve children, yes, but know that the children are protected. And know that this is a rite of passage. And then as you take the rite of passage here, as you release yourself, this is going to open. This may seem closed. It may have seemed closed, and now it's going to open. And when you cross that threshold to this new earth, you cannot go back. You won't be able to go back, and you won't want to go back, because you're going to feel so free. So what a beautiful reading, guys. Way more than I sat down for maybe a 20-minute reading. So way more than I would have anticipated, but I'm so glad. If you're still here, thank you so much for being here for this lengthy reading. I love you guys so much on this Christmas. I send you so much love and light. Your light shines and permeates through all time and space. From my heart to yours, the deepest gratitude.